Hey everybody, it is me and I'm back with another message. But before I jump into today's message, which is just another one of the messages that I've previously spoken on, but now I'm backing it with biblical context. I wanted to get on here and tell y'all that y'all phony. Y'all is so phony. Y'all really had me on these people internet with gum in my mouth and eating on candy and all that, just smacking all out, just looking very tacky. And I just want to say that y'all was so flawed for none of y'all jumping in my inbox like, hey, girl, you look tacky. Don't do that for the next video. But anyways, I had to find that out myself. I had to go back and watch the videos like, girl, you was smacking loud. But see, y'all, see, whatever. I'm going to still get out a message though, which I could have said something. But anyways, revisiting the message of living in your truth. Okay, so in order to truly love yourself, you cannot hate the experiences that have shaped you. You cannot hate the dark parts of yourself. You cannot hate the child in you that was bullied in school. You cannot hate the young adult that was rejected. You cannot hate the employee that was fired. You cannot hate like the friend that was betrayed or the kindness that was exploited. In order to truly love yourself as a whole, you cannot hate those parts of yourself, because Romans chapter 8 verse 28 tells us, and we know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose for them. So this means that the good, the bad, and the ugly, it all works in your favor. It all works to mold you into who it is that God has called you to be. So my brother, he said something one day, and it was like, it gave me such a profound revelation. He was basically saying like, if I give you the answers, do you get the A? No, I lied. He said, if I give you the answers, do I get the A? If I do your homework, do you learn a lesson? And that is so true. Like, experience is life's best teacher. And that's the reason why people will give you advice on certain situations, and you don't, it like your spirit doesn't receive it to take or follow that advice, because you have to go through the experience. And once you go through the experience and you get the unfavorable results, that same advice comes back to you. You be like, oh, that's the reason why that person said don't do that. That's the reason why my mama said that wasn't my friend. That's the reason why. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's things that they see that maybe you don't, or things that they've experienced that allowed them to sift through the signs that you're not yet aware of. But experience is life's best teacher. You could read a million cookbooks, you can remember 1,000 recipes, but until you actually get in the kitchen and prepare a meal, you can't say that you know how to cook. Same thing with life. You have to go through certain things to understand the lesson behind it in order to get the message, pretty much. And another reason why you have to live in your truth is because in Luke chapter 12 verses 2 through 3, it says, the time is coming when everything that is covered up will be revealed, and all that is secret will be made known to all. Whatever you have said in the dark will be heard in the light, and what you have whispered behind closed doors will be shouted from the housetops for all to hear. So basically, once you begin to grow and evolve as a person, once you begin to shed dead weight, once you begin to rid yourself of the things that no longer serve you as a person, or no longer serve your higher calling or your greater good, once you start removing yourself from those things and those people, it's always going to be somebody there to remind you of who you were. Oh, she thinks she all that. Oh, because I remember when they used to live in the projects. I remember when they used to sleep on the floor. I remember when they used to get bullied in school. Yeah, and I'm glad you remember that. I'm glad you remember that. That's proof of my transformation. You got to meet me again. Nice to meet you. That was then, this is now. You get what I'm saying? But if you do not learn to accept those darker parts of yourself, if you do not learn to accept those things that happen to mold you into who you are, if you shy away from those dark parts or whatnot, when somebody be like, oh, because you change it, oh, you acting funny, oh, you acting different now, it's like, those are going to be triggers for you to revert back to those old ways that no longer serve you. However, if you have come to accept that those things happen and they were there to teach you a lesson, then you're just going to receive that lesson that, oh, you changed. Oh, you acting different now. I am. I'm acting different because I want different for my life. Once you accept the past, the enemy can no longer use it against you. Okay, so you accepting that, it helps you not remain stagnant when people come against you and try to remind you of who you were before you decided to change for the better. You get what I'm saying? Because if you don't accept it, then that's because you care too much what it is about what other people say about you. And Matthew chapter 10 verse 28, the Bible tells us, don't be afraid of those who want to kill your body. They cannot touch your soul. Fear only God, who can destroy both soul and body in hell. So, I mean, you could give a care about these people that ain't got no heaven or hell to put you in. You could care about what it is that they say about you, and you could allow that to keep you stagnant and dormant and, not moving forward in life and not evolving into who it is that God called you to be. But once your life ends and you have to go and meet your maker and you standing before him for judgment, you got to explain that to him, like, oh God, my bad that I didn't evolve into who you called me to be because I was afraid of what they was gonna say. Yeah, well, now you got to go where they going. You get what I'm saying? So you can't allow your past to hold you hostage. You can't. It was a lesson. That's all that it was. That's not who you are. It does not define you as a person. Your mistakes do not define you as a person. They were lessons. And as long as you learn from them and you know that whatever it was that you partook in did not serve your greater good, and it did not make you feel good to participate in that, then moving forth that's not something that you want to continue to attach yourself with. And that's that. And you just keep it pushing. It's that simple.